Hey guys, James Lee here with another mukbang. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Today I'm going to be eating Dungeness crab. It's a special treat. They were on sale for $5 a pound. My parents bought one and sent one home with me, and then my mom also made her famous garlic mayo sauce. I took a bite of it earlier and all I tasted was garlic, so it's perfection right now. And then I'm going to just start digging into the crab. I don't have a mallet, so I'm gonna probably have to do it old school style and use my teeth. I'm sorry if this isn't the most appetizing looking thing, but trust me, it's delicious if you never had it. So what I normally do to start out with, this is a crab. I can't even tell how heavy it is, but there's the big claws up front, and then some of the legs in the back, and then the body is where a lot of the meat is, and then I also like the insides. So usually what I do is I just start off by taking off all the legs. With crab, I'm kind of happy that my parents sent this home with me, only in that one time I cooked crab and I didn't have a very pleasant experience. I did it in the most humane way possible, but I just still didn't enjoy cooking it, so it's nice to have that all done. So yeah, once I have all the legs set aside there, then you have this body here, and so normally if everything goes well, you're able to kind of just pull it off. So see that there, and then I might have to go from back here because it's kind of hard to do it while it's hanging in midair. There we go. So I got it a little detached, and then you lift it like that. So inside, some people don't really like the insides, but I love it. I wish I had some rice, but sometimes I make some rice and eat the insides with that. And then here is the body. And you can kind of see that there's I don't know how to translate it. It doesn't sound appetizing, but I think it's like crab guts or the eggs, but it's very rich. That's why I have a spoon here. So I'm trying to get, yeah, there's definitely some goodness going on inside, but let's see if I can get a spoon. Sometimes it comes out bright orange, and then other times it's like this greenish color here, which is still good. Maybe not the most pretty color, but same difference. Very good. I also have a Coke Life here. We bought this for a party recently, and so this only has 90 calories as opposed to 140 I think a normal can of Coke would have. And I think the difference here is it's sweetened with cane sugar and stevia, so it's not just full on just corn, high fructose corn syrup, but there's like a mixture. I've never tried it, so let's give it a taste. Yeah, I mean, it still tastes like Coke, which is good. It doesn't really taste like reduced calorie soda, so I can't tell. So I have my crab here, so you usually just pull this off, and then there's plenty of meat here. I love crab. I can eat it all the time, and then you have like a nice piece of meat here. That's all from the claw. Give a nice dip into the garlic mayo. It's light, flaky, a little hint of salt. I know some people don't like seafood because it reminds them of the ocean, but for me, that's a good thing. I love savory, so any chance I can get, I will eat seafood. And I feel like my last couple of videos have been very seafood focused. So this piece is a little bit trickier. So if I did have a mallet, I would like hammer it here. But since I don't, I kind of just break it into pieces. You gotta be very careful. You don't want to chip your tooth eating this. But so there's more meat that came out of that. I decided to move locations just temporarily for this mukbang just because I have the snowman up. There's a Christmas tree here, but you can't really see it. That's good stuff. So I don't know if this is going to be my lunch. I kind of feel like this could be like an appetizer. I guess if I was really into ASMR videos, this would be plenty of noises, I feel like. So here's some more of the claw meat. So my parents told me as soon as they caught wind that there was a sale, I think they bought 7 of these. And I think it was either my dad or my brother went back to the market, it was like all gone. Like people catch wind of this and then they just end up doing like these crab boils. That's good. So usually I eat this like hot, but because yesterday you guys didn't see my other video, my mom made pho and I couldn't eat this and that, so ate the pho first and then took this home. It's still really good cold. I do prefer it warm, but fine by me. You kind of have to keep track of things because you don't want to like just put anything in a discard pile and find out that there's meat inside. I've been bummed because I feel like, was it last year, trickling into this year, there was this whole incident with like Dungeness crab. They ate something and then they were all like sick, so it was dangerous for people to consume it. So I think we missed an entire crab season. I was pretty bummed about that. But so if you're curious, I mean, some of you are probably like grossed out by me eating this part, but if you're curious what it tastes like, I would say it's like, yeah, like sea urchin or anything very rich and creamy. That's what it tastes like. So getting over the whole fact of like what it is that you're eating, it's just good. And it was something like our family would covet. You know, we would eat all the crabs and then everyone kind of opens it. And for the most part, when one had it, like that whole batch also, but sometimes they didn't all have it. And so you kind of are just curious like who has the most inside. So I definitely prefer Dungeness crab over like the crabs, like the Alaskan crab legs that you might get at like those buffets, just because I feel like there's more meat. I got 4 paper towels. I don't know if that's gonna last me, but I never thought to eat this on a sheet pan with foil, but mukbangs have taught me a thing or two on like how to keep things organized. So you have the body here, and then each half there's meat. So what I normally do is I flip it over, and I kind of just use my thumbs to kind of break it in half, and then you pull it apart, just like that. So you kind of see all the juices flowing out, and then that way there's some things that you don't want to eat. So like these things that are kind of like gills, you don't want to eat that. I mean, I suppose you could, but my parents told me don't eat that. I kind of just followed their lead in terms of what you should consume and not. Mm. Believe it or not, I had this small phase where I couldn't eat crab. And it was right around the same time where I couldn't eat duck. Because my dad took me somewhere where you would purchase like, I guess, live like poultry. And they butcher it and clean it and give it to you essentially. And I remember sitting in the car, and I don't remember what visuals I'd seen, but it was enough for me to be like, okay, I don't want to eat whatever he's bringing back. And so coincidentally, it was a duck, and so I couldn't eat duck for a little while. And then same concept, like I saw the crab, and he brought that home, and I couldn't eat that. But clearly, things have changed. Either I got over it. So yeah, there's like these little pockets of just meat inside each of these like little grooves. So you just pull them apart, and then you just pull it out just like that. I don't know, there's something about eating crab, to me, feels more like the holidays than, say, a turkey would. I guess it's a lot more messy to eat, which is probably why people veto from having that as like the main protein. But so yeah, I apologize in advance. Like my table manners kind of go away when I'm eating something like seafood, just because there's really only one way to eat it, which is like getting your hands dirty. I remember this was prior to me starting like doing mukbangs, but one of the first mukbangs I saw was this really thin Korean man who ate a crab like 2 times the size of his face. I'm not exaggerating. I'll find the video and maybe I'll link it down below in the description. But I was just like, that crab, I don't know how big it was, but it was gigantic. My hands are getting cold because all the crab meat is cold itself. So I would say the benefit in eating crab at home is it is more affordable. If you go to one of my most favorite restaurants is in Redondo Beach. It's off the pier, and they serve this. You just tell them you want how many ever crabs. They cook it and they bring it out to your table, but for two people and two crabs and maybe some other like oysters or whatnot, comes out to like 150, 170 bucks tax and tip. So you're paying that versus I mean, if I had to guess, this crab was only a few pounds, so less than 10, 15 bucks for this. But again, you're paying kind of like for the fact that you don't have to cook it yourself. So if you plan on eating this garlic mayo sauce, which is really just garlic, mayo, and pepper, and you just add it to your taste. Don't make plans that day. You will you will funk up wherever you go. I did a SF trip many years ago with some friends, and one of the hot spots up there, and I'm sure it's still around, was this crab place, and they're known, I think, for their garlic seasoned crab. Boy, that was delicious. But then later that night, we went to the club, and once you start mixing like cocktails and shots and all that, and then you had a full belly of garlic crab. It's not cute. So the whole night, I just remember people like going, the silent ones. But then you could obviously pick up the scent, and you would always wonder like who was it. But there was like 5 or 6 of us that ate the same thing, so it's hard to find who to blame. But there was such a good memory. So every time I eat at least crab with something very garlicky, I think of that. Mm. Mm. Every every morsel of this crab is delicious right now. I think that kind of flew in my face. I am getting kind of full just from eating this. I love when it just comes out nice and clean like that. I'm going to do a shot with some of the mayo on there, if you can see it. I'm in my happy place right now, so if I'm silent and I'm just eating, just know that I'm enjoying myself. I think one of my videos not too long ago when I said tips on making mukbangs, I really do believe in eating things you enjoy, because it'll just come across like I've filmed a few where it's like, well, maybe I shouldn't have filmed that because people can tell I'm not like enjoying the food as much. The video becomes like a drag to watch. So if you haven't done a video before, definitely start out with something you like to eat. People will be drawn by that, I would think. There's anything else in here. There's some hidden pockets of stuff. If you guys follow other mukbangers, I would highly recommend Tian Lee. We're not related. Maybe in like another long past history, lineage or whatnot. But he has some of the best seafood videos, I'd say, out there. So, excuse me. I'll leave a link in his channel. Every time I watch him eat seafood, I want seafood. I think my hands are starting to get pruny from this. I wonder what the process is like in terms of like someone like extracting all the meat for you to use the crab and other things. Like I remember eating like lump jumbo crab cake or whatnot, and thought to myself like someone's like doing all this work and not even eating it. I'm sure they get paid decent, I would imagine. Doesn't seem that easy. Usually these legs have like the least amount of meat. Yeah, see, it's a lot thinner, but it's still good. I was gonna drink ginger ale, but I didn't have a cold one in the fridge. I thought the ginger might be nice with this like seafood, but Coke is just as good. You can hear that doggy's getting a drink of water. Actually, sounds pretty loud today. Must be thirsty. Gotta be careful. I can totally see myself like accidentally biting a finger because I'm just so warped into like eating this. Oh, look at all that. All that meat. They refill that tank, I might go back and just get some more. Mm. The timer going off or something. Well, I have a couple other legs that I'm going to eat. I'll finish them off camera. It looks like my camera's already up to its 29 minutes. I don't think I have the hands right now to fidget with it. But I want to say thank you for joining me on this crab mukbang. If you guys like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear what your favorite seafood is, and I will see you guys for my next video. See you guys later. Bye.